The morning fog clung low over the fields of Willow Creek, a small town where time seemed to move a little slower. The old barn by the edge of the woods still leaned from the storm of '92. American flags fluttered gently outside porches. And across the hills, the quiet hum of a single-engine plane broke the silence. That plane was mine. 15 years after I had left home, defiant, heartbroken, angry, I was back. But this time, I wasn't running. I had a purpose. That Sunday morning, I wore my pilot's uniform and walked into the small wooden church where my father once prayed. The pews still creaked the same. The stained glass still caught the sunlight just right. An old veteran, Mr. Jenkins, saw me and paused. "David," he said, voice trembling. "You look just like your father, back when he returned from Vietnam." I froze. My father never told me he went to war. He never told me much at all. After the service, I walked with my mother to the cemetery behind the church. The grave was simple. A white headstone. Musa W. A. Thompson, 1950 to 2020, a father. A soldier. A silent storm. I knelt down, and for the first time, I didn't cry. I spoke. "You weren't perfect, but you were mine." The local Willow County Airshow had always been small, just a few planes, a barbecue stall, a couple of flags. But this year, the town had posted a banner. In honor of Musa Thompson, local hero. I stared at it for a long time. Turns out, my father had written to the town committee before his death. He told them his son was a pilot now, and if he ever returned, he should be given the sky. They saved me a slot in the show. At 4 a.m., I sat in the cockpit of my Cessna Skyhawk, running through pre-flight checks. My hands trembled, not out of fear, but emotion. I had flown in bigger skies. Across state lines. In military drills. But nothing ever felt like this. This was his sky. This was for a man who never told me he was proud, but watched every airshow alone in the parking lot. As I taxied to the runway, the crowd gathered near the hangars. Kids wore pilot hats. Old veterans saluted. Mothers held their sons close. And there, standing near the airfield gate, my mother, in her Sunday dress, holding my father's folded American flag. The announcer's voice came through the speakers. "Ladies and gentlemen, our final performance is not just a flight, it's a tribute. To a father and a son. To war and peace. To silence and love." I pulled the yoke, and the plane lifted. As I rose above Willow Creek, I banked left right over the church. Down below, I saw the cemetery. I saw his stone. And at that moment, I opened the mic and broadcast my final message. "Dad. This is David. Your son. I'm flying today not to show you what I'd become, but to thank you for what you gave me. You gave me discipline. You gave me pain. But in the end, you gave me the sky." After the show, I returned home and sat alone on the back porch. My mother handed me a small sealed envelope with my name. The handwriting was shaky. It read, "David. If you're reading this, you came home. I wasn't brave enough to face you. I was a soldier who could break bones, but not apologize. I loved you. I just didn't know how to say it. But I watched you grow. Even from a distance. Fly high. Dad." Weeks passed. I started speaking at schools. Teaching kids how to fly. But more than that, I started helping fathers talk to their sons. Because sometimes, all it takes is one letter. Or one flight. To turn silence into love. Not all heroes wear uniforms. Some wear regret. And some, like my father, leave behind winds strong enough to carry their sons across the sky.